What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to Odd Talks and Gaming. Today, people. Today, I have a brand new spellproof Machina deck profile for you guys. So this is a spellproof armor deck that also uses the Machina engine that we got in the Battle City box. It's very interesting. It's probably one of my favorite ways to play the deck. And we're actually using kind of like a deck receipt for my buddy Wetflex, who got third place in the Toxic Legacy tournament. So we're using his little deck list for the deck that we built today. I haven't really tested it or anything, so after we're done in here, we're actually going to do a live commentary test of a game I'm going to play. I'm not going to do the whole dueling replays or anything like that. It's literally going to be my mind thinking with my opponent's mind and figuring out like how to play the game, I guess. And hopefully somebody's online for us to play today, because I got a lot of stuff to do with the holidays today. Speaking of the holidays, if you guys noticed, I didn't post a video on, I believe, Wednesday or Thursday. Today's Friday. The reason why is just, Thanksgiving's right around the corner. I'm spending time with a lot of family that, came all the way to my state from a different one because I live in the States. And they live like 6 hours away. So I've been spending a lot of time with them and just didn't have a lot of time for my YouTube channel this week. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to give you guys at least one speed duel video this week, since I have kind of been slacking with that. But yeah, without further ado, let me go into the explanation of this deck profile. We're playing double Jinzo. I was originally playing 3 Jinzo in this deck, which Wetflix does in his deck, but I just opted to move the second one to my side deck, and that way, or the third one to my side deck. That way we can create room for the Machina cards in the deck. The other thing we're playing, which is standard for a spellproof engine, is 3 Big Bird, ally of Justice Colossalus. This is just a 2300 attack point normal monster, very powerful card, and yeah, just really hard for your opponent to out right now without being able to use their books or their shrinks or any spell effect right now to the Colossalus. This card's insane. The other thing to end off the monster lineup is actually 1 Machina Gear Frame and 1 Machina Peacekeeper. If you don't know what Gear Frame does, he says when he's normal summon, you can add a Machina monster from your deck to your hand, except a Gear Frame. So you add Peacekeeper with that, and then you can also equip it. Here, I'll highlight it. Once per turn, you can either target 1 machine monster you control, or unequip this monster from a machine monster, like an XYZ card. And then if you do, the equipped monster would, if he's equipped to a monster and that monster would be destroyed, you can unequip him instead and keep him alive. So this makes your Jinzo's unaffected by battle, or once per turn unaffected by battle, once per turn unaffected by spell cards, and then shuts off, or not even once per turn, it's just unaffected by spell cards, and then shutting down trap cards. This card paired with Jinzo is incredible. Peacekeeper does the exact same thing, but it says whenever this card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can add a Union monster from your deck to your hand. So that's kind of what Peacekeeper does that's completely different from Gear Frame. So when this card's equipped and destroyed by its own effect, you can actually use its effect to get your Gear Frame, if that's what's in your deck. So both of these cards just kind of search each other. And you only want to play 1 and 1. I wouldn't really play, well, I haven't really tested it, but my thought process right now is that I wouldn't really play your Peacekeeper at 2. You know what? I might, depending on how this deck runs, I might actually put Peacekeeper 2, but I wouldn't put Gear Frame past 1. And the reason why is because Peacekeeper can search Peacekeeper. It just says add 1 unit monster from your deck to your hand. So Peacekeeper, whenever it's destroyed, will search itself or search the Gear Frame. If you get the Gear Frame, you can normal summon the Gear Frame, get the other Peacekeeper. But that's really the only thing I can really think about that. Moving on to the spell lineup, we're playing 3 Book of Moon. We don't play Floodgates in this deck because we kind of rely on the Jinzo a little bit. It's our big boss monster of the deck. Triple Shrink. Most decks I see play double of this. Wetflex is playing triple of it, and I think it's incredibly powerful in this deck, especially when you're playing cards like Gear Frame, who aren't that big. 1800 is still pretty big, right? But Shrink makes it to where he can climb bigger boss monsters, such as the XYZ Dragon Cannon, if it comes down to it. We also play double Soul Exchange. That way we contribute our opponent's monsters for the Jinzos, or if we absolutely have to, or tribute a problematic monster summoned to Big Burn. And then we play 2 Summoner's Art instead of the average 3. To end off the spell lineup, we play Dark Factory of Mass Production. This card says target 2 normal monsters in your graveyard and add them to your hand. So this card kind of replaces our last Summoner's Art, but it's taking the big birds from the graveyard and giving them back to us. That way we continuously have our resources. That's a big issue I saw with Spellproof, was that we never had the resources. after we got rid of all 3 Big Bird. But then once I saw Wet Flex using this card, I was like, that's the perfect card to add to fix that. As for our trap lineup, we play triple Zone of the Spirit, or double Zone of the Spirit, I mean, and then double Waking the Dragon. So Zuma's in here, that way in case we need it for the Tribute of the Jinzo. It's also just a problematic trap card. And then Waking's in here for our, I actually didn't update this at all, for our fusion lineup. So it's probably just going to be the average fusion lineup. And we can just do that right here. I don't think I've ever like done it live on the channel before or anything like that. So monsters, fusion, search. And then we want the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. We want the Thousand Sides Restrict. We want the Raikinshin. Is that how you pronounce his name? Where's he at? Ryu Senshi. And then lastly, we want to fill up that spot with a card that can still be special summoned. And I would say this one. Alligator Sword Dragon. This card can attack directly if the only face-up monsters you control are Earth, Water, or Fire. Which doesn't really come up that often, but if you're against Moth, which is still running around this format, it's the only card they have, and they have no cards in their spell and trap card zone, maybe summoning out the Alligator Sword wouldn't be that bad. But I digress. Actually, I think any situation where you're summoning the Alligator Sword is like a bad situation for you. Because like, they're breaker popping, you're waking the dragon, or they're night beaming it during the main phase while they have Moss on the field, and that would be the only scenario where I would say bring this out. But like, I don't think it's that good. Let's just go for the double Thousand Eyes. You never know when you need it, especially twice. But yeah, because like, oh man, the downside of the Spellproof Armor skill is that like if any of these go to your graveyard because they're not machine, you don't get your Spellproof skill anymore. So that's the big downside to playing Waking, but Waking really does come in clutch at times. Side deck is Allied Justice Core Destroyer for the XYZ matchup. Also any light matchup that we might run into along the way. Double Lost Wind for the XYZ matchup. Other cards that we're playing is like the Jinzo for trap heavy decks. Like I hate Nightmare Wheel. That's one of my least favorite cards of the format. So Jinzo, that's 3, 1 in the side. Creature swap, that way our opponents are playing weird cards we can't get over. Like this is usually getting sided in for the XYZ matchup. Another matchup that would get sided in for is probably Moth, because this deck does not do well against Moth outside the Shrink. So and Zomas are kind of in here to stop the Moth as well. But creature swap, being able to steal the Moth after it's been summoned, your opponent wasn't allowed to normal or special summon that turn anyway, so the creature swap is able to get it from the deck. And then lastly, or from the field. And lastly is Soul Release. Soul Release is one of my favorite techs of the current format for the viral deck, the XYZ deck, and the I guess it doesn't really affect the Spellproof deck that much. But yeah, those are the 2 decks that really come to mind with this. Moth also, I guess, because you can get the insects out of the graveyard if they haven't shuffled yet. But yeah, Soul Release is really neat, and I like it a lot. But without further ado, I'm going to jump into a game real quick. I'm going to see if somebody's online. If so, then that's awesome. If not, oh well, I'll probably figure something out today. But yeah, I'll be right back. And we're back. Good luck, have fun. So this is actually rated. So yeah, we're going to see how this goes. I've never really done live commentary, but maybe me speaking aloud will be a lot helpful to me playing throughout the game. Also, it's going to be really weird because I can't commentate what my opponent's really doing that much. We got chosen to go first. It looks like we're playing against Serpent Knight or some sort of Dino Skill. We're in ranked, so it's weird that I'm seeing Rex Raptor face down right now. But yeah, we're actually going to go for the T set here. I think that's the best play because we don't have the Big Bird. So we set the book, and then we're going to set the Peacekeeper. And I think that's what I'm going to have to do here, because he's going to get attack into the Peacekeeper. Peacekeeper is going to float into the gear frame. He's going to Night Beam the... Alright, that's fine. So we're going to take the Night Beam here. I guess I should have booked whatever he summoned in the end, but it's okay, because he didn't summon. That way we could have just tributed out the Machina Peacekeeper for the Jinzo. Or if we got the... the bird. What is this guy playing? Each player gives their opponent control of one of each. Sure. That's actually crazy for me. Move. There you go. Creatures. What? Alright, so he's what is going on? Why is he playing Peacekeeper? But yeah, that was a terrible thing for him to do. And then we're going to just destroy it. Because I think it's just with this card on the field, destroy and send to the graveyard. Yeah. And then we're going to be able to get our gear frame after tributing out his giant soldier he gave us for the Jinzo. Ranked is so weird. What is this guy playing? What are you doing? Maybe he's playing some like crazy deck and I'm just like getting sussed on real hard right now. But I don't know. Alright, we're going to go ahead and activate our Spellproof Armor skill here. This is going to make our Jinzos unaffected by spells. Tribute off the Giant Soldier of Stone. And then we're going to normal summon the Jinzo. This is going to also allow us to, or we should set the Shrink here to help protect our Jinzos for battle. Go into it, and then we're going to attack the defense monster. We're going to use our defense monster's effect, allowing its effect, because it was destroyed, to get our Machina gear frame to hand. That's what it does, right? Yep. And then after that, we're just going to end phase, and then pass our turn off to our opponent. What weird deck are you playing? What am I going to see now? Something crazy? Nope, just scoops right there. Makes sense. What's he saying? Got the little dots going. Brick GG. You're good, buddy. You're good, bud. GG's. I don't know what he's playing. He said brick GG. Is it a rock deck? Because some giant soldier of stone and handed it to me? Like, is that what it is? Because if so, then I think I'm fine because he's using the field spell and I'm playing Spellproof. So yeah, I'm not going inside. I'm just going to, see what he has. We're already in a good position because we're 1-0 right now. So we're going to, see what his deck does and then decide over that. Alright. Ooh, nice. We got the Waking, which is really strong. So we're going to go standby phase, main phase, use our Summoner's Art. This is going to grab our Big Bird. Alrighty. And then we're actually going to activate our skill. That way we can normal summon our Big Bird. We're going to set our Shrink first, and then set the Waking, and then normal summon the Big Bird. Pass turn there, and then it's our opponent's go. They draw for turn. Summons the Dragon Zombie. I hope he doesn't try to creature seizure here, because I'm unaffected by spell effects. Ooh, that's strong, that's strong. Alright, so he's at, what, 3,200? And then he's going to attack. I'm actually going to DMG step. So that's going to drop him down to whatever 3,200 divided by 2 is, which is like, I think 16. Yeah, 1,600. I know that because it doubles his attack and I put him to 16. I'm an idiot. Unless his sword does more than what I think it does. Double during the attack. Yeah. Yeah. You there, bud? Noit's 24. What are you talking about? What? So, if the equipped monster battles an opponent's monster, the equipped monster's original attacks is doubled during the damage calculation only. Drops him to 18. To 18 and sword doubles original attack. To 16. Wait, 8. Where's he getting 24 from? Oh man, I love ranked. Unless I'm just bad at math, but I don't think I am. Shrink drops it to 800, right? Dropping him to 800 attack. And then this card doubles it. Hold on. The equipped monster's original attack and defense is doubled during the damage calculation only. So, I think you're right, actually. Because this will double the original. I hate wording. Attack becomes halved until original attack becomes halved. Yeah, it says original, so we're good because this card says original attack. I think that's how that works. Alright. Draw. Stand by main. I'm not sure. The wording is weird to me. It's weird too, because I also say bridge. I don't know. I'm just gonna say, yeah, it's weird to me too. I'm sure somebody will come through in the comment section and just be like, hey, that's not how that worked. And then we're going to attack directly. End phase and end turn. Okay. Pays 800 here. So we're playing against an enchanted fitting room deck, and he only got one Sonic Duck out of that. That sucks. Putting the fitting rooms back. He plays a lot of spell cards for this deck. That's way more than I would play. Unless he has the Tribute Summon in hand. Because this is a cool way to like tech out tributes. Summons Giant Soldier. Creature Seizure. Yep. GG's. Alright everyone, that was a weird deck to play against, and also a weird interaction with the Shrink and the Solitary Sword of Poison. If anybody knows what the actual ruling between those two cards are, like, does the Dragon Zombie's attack get halved, like, during damage step, right? So it would be 800 during damage step, but during damage calc, would he get the 1600 on top of it? Like, is that how that would work? Gotta ask if SDL, if Creature Seizure works under SPA, because I've heard it does. Same as Creature Swap doesn't, so it doesn't. Alright. I don't know how much of this conversation and everything I just had you guys are actually going to be able to see or anything like that, but yeah. If you guys enjoy this type of content, if you're just as confused as I am about this, or if you have anything you have to say about the Creature Seizure or the Solitary Sword of Poison play, let me know, because I want to make sure I'm playing every game to the best of my ability, and also it would be a really neat learning experience for me, especially if I'm wrong. Yeah, especially if I'm wrong, because if I'm wrong, then, like, I gotta figure out why I'm wrong, because, like, Solitary Sword of Poison, I can understand why I would be wrong here, but, like, this one I don't. Like, if it's just because it's worded controller's choice, then I feel like it's going to be like a different story. LMAO, yeah, I do. I end up with questions every day on rulings, but it makes me a better player since I'll know them. Anyway, GG man, see ya. GG buddy. See ya. Alright guys, I'm back. I'm actually giving you another deck, like, a game, because the last game I played was, like, super weird, and the guy that I played against, like, had a lot of weirdly worded cards. So I'm hoping that this time it's a little less weird on the... Oh no, I'm playing Moth! Okay, alright, it's fine. My deck is unaffected by Parasite. He's going to have to do it to his own cards, meaning he has to waste his normal summon. So we're going to just Spellproof immediately. We're going to summon the bird. Alright, big bird to the field. I'm then going to set the Waking. Yeah, I'm going to just set the Waking here. See what he does. This might be a bad play, but I want him to hit that Waking. Sets 1, sets 2, because I know they play Night Beam. Sets 3. Alright. Start turn. I should have honestly set the summon too. We go into standby, or nothing here? Nothing in my standby? Alright, nothing. Main phase 1. Going to go ahead and we're going to set the Zoma the Spirit. And then we're going to set the... We're going to set the Shrink here, actually. That way I can just kill monsters in damage step. Summons the Zoma, which is neat. I'm just going to pass turn there. Summons another Zoma, which is kind of like what whatever it's called has been doing lately. So he has to end up parasiting his own monsters here, unless he's just going to double Zoma here, which is fine. Because we're going to actually activate a skill during your main phase. All machine monsters you control are affected by your opponent's spell effects. Going to take this. We're going to take the 2300 here. We're going to activate this. My monster. Having our 2300. What's 2300 divided by 2? What is it, like 1200? 24? 1150? Yeah. And so 100. I'm so bad at math. 18 minus 1150 equals what? I'm bad at math. Hold on, does he got it? $150, 8. I hate it when there's a 50 involved because I'm like always confused. 1150, yeah, 650. Thank you, 650. Boop. Activate. Move to defense. Start turn. Standby. Main 1. To attack. Normal summon? BP. I'm going to attack, but then I'm going to just activate here. What's he asking? What's the question? What are you asking? So you're chaining book to attack declaration, correct? Correct. Targeting my Zoma. Right, because then I get to replay. Alright, that makes sense. 2 defense. Alright. Sets the monster. And then we attack directly here. So this is going to be 2300. That's rough. That's rough, buddy. We're just going to make here. Because he's only going to take 500 from the Zoma. We only have Waking face down. Sphere Herd there. So it looks like he's playing Bug. The only thing we really have to fight Bug is like Lost Winds inside. So I might honestly go for the Lost Wind here. Creature swap is what we got actually. We're going to take out 1 Waking for the creature. Hit the done siding. And Zoma's in this deck is really... Ooh. Reset deck. We're going to... boom. Boom. Swap cards. Yeah, now we're done siding. Because Zoma hurts. What do you think about that, antagonist? What do you got going on? Why are you taking so long? Alright, so we're going to opt to go second. That way they have less resources in hand. We have more that we can stop them with. Of course, we both get Peacekeeper and Gear Frame. You would think that we were playing them at more than... Okay. He's having me keep. I'll keep then. Sets 1, passes turn. Draws for turn. Goes to main 1. We're going to use the summoners right here. This is going to allow us to grab the big bird to hand. We're then going to normal summon, we're going to activate the skill, normal summoning the big bird, and then setting our Zoma. Hitting into the battle phase, we're going to attack into the monster, which I guess is Nudora. Our Maneater. It is Nudora. This is going to send my bird to the graveyard, passing our turn off to our opponent. Opponent draws for turn, main phase 1s, and then I assume he's going to normal summon for damage, knowing we have the Zoma face down. I think we take the damage, but I don't know. I can't really speak for my opponent at this point. He has really neat sleeves and a really neat character. I have Burstinatrix and Cyber Dragon. Alright, buddy, hurry up. I gotta go eat dinner. Or lunch, I guess, at this point. Come on. Alright, sets 1. Summons the Kaiku. And attacks for 1800. Again, I'm taking the 1800. Believe that's the correct play here. To take the 18. Yes. On end phase, we're going to activate Summon the Spirit. Move it to our field. And then start turn. We're going to activate the Summoners right here, allowing us to grab the other big bird to hand. And then we're actually going to summon the Machina gear frame here because he has a set card. This set card here is probably Zoma. So we're going to go to attack. No F. Going to go to battle. And we're actually just going to attack into the Kaiku here. Sphere Karibo going into defense mode. And then we're actually going to attack again into the Kaiku with the gear frame. Getting it off the field. Alright. Hitting the end phase. Yep. I knew it. And then ending turn. Sets the card face down, switches the Zoma to attack mode, declares our Zoma, and sends it to the grave. Opponent will take 18. And then we'll draw for turn. That's the Book of Moon. I guess I'm going to normal summon the Ally of Justice Colossus, set the face down, hit to end phase, and then end turn. Now he's sitting there thinking like he obviously has a face down card that can stop me. And if he does, I mean, summons the Kaiku and hence enters into battle. We're going to book the Zoma here. And he's going to pass turn off to us. We're going to draw for turn, go into standby, and then to the main phase 1. Yeah, I think I'm fine. I'm going to normal summon the Peacekeeper here. And then declare the Peacekeeper. Going to set the Shrink. And then battle phase into the okay, so he loses the Kaiku here. We hit into end phase and then we pass turn off to the opponent who summons back the Zoma. So I'm at 2200, so I can't really take the Zomas at all. He sets a card, and then he's going to which we use our Shrink here, DMG step. Two graveyard, and 650. We're back to 23 and we have our Dark Factory of mass production. Alright. He only takes 5 off the Zoma to our 1800. I can't normal set. So we go to defense and set our card face down. Pass turn off to the opponent. Opponent draws for turn. Zoma should not have been put into this game. We lose our ally, and then he passes the turn off to us, to which we draw and get into the Jinzo, which doesn't fucking matter here. Oh, god damn it. Out of resources. There's nothing I can do in this situation. At least I don't think. There's nothing I could have done. Like, Zoma's just kind of struck this deck. I don't have my soul exchanges. Like, that's what I needed here, was the soul exchange or the creature swap. Like, there's literally nothing I can do. He's only taken 5 from that attack, too. I can't normal set, because this skill doesn't allow me to. You can normal summon machine normal monsters one less tribute. Can't normal set. I'm going to activate it. And yeah, that's literally my only play. GG. Alright guys, if you like this kind of content, make sure you leave a like. If you like me, make sure you subscribe. I'm in a little bit of a rush now, but I hope you all have a good day. Hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you all next time. Alright, bye-bye.